Hello everybody, my name is Zach, aka The Weather Gamer, bringing you the history of The Weather Gamer, I guess. I've had a lot of people ask me over the last couple weeks or so, by the way, this isn't a channel update video. I've just had a bunch of people ask me, well, where did this emote come from, and where did this come from, and what about this? And it's like, no, it's honestly just easier if I just make a history video, take you back to where everything began. Also, low-key, I'm at 74 subs, so basically consider this the 75 subscriber special. So someone who's watching this, if you're not subbed, with that, get 75, anything. So we're going to go back to the beginning and where everything basically came from. But I have some cool new toys I'm going to be playing with while I do this, so back to the beginning we go. So where did it all begin? Well, before the Weather Gamer was a thing, you have to step back to a couple periods in my life. The first being when I was in middle school, the second being in college. So in middle school, I got bullied a lot. I was not very social. It was a very dark place in my life. Not a good time for me, but that led to me learning about a lot of those issues and all that. So I ended up knowing how people feel. Like, I know when people are getting bullied, I know how they feel, and this and that and all that. So, experienced with that. Had depression and developed anxiety and a whole bunch of other things. And that stuck with me. And then in college, I met my ex and had that relationship, and things didn't go well there either, and I'm not going to get into details on that, but the depression flared up again, got to a really low point in my life, and didn't go to class, didn't do anything besides go to work. Finally got things going, got some help. I started watching YouTube videos. I think my brother sent me a YouTube video of something, and from there it led to just a whole bunch of other YouTube videos. I think it started with either Game Grumps or Markiplier or Jacksepticeye, one of those three. And from there I just kind of cascaded out to those three, and then I think I watched the Game Grumps play Fire Red, and somehow that got me connected to, at the time he was going by Duncan Deep, now he's Duncan Can Die, so then I started watching Roulettes, and then from there it got me connected to Dan, aka A-Drive, and Crimson Seabad, and then the 251 or 252 marathon with Dan and Deathly and Seabad, Chase. And I had been subbed to Duncan for a long time. Actually, I think the YouTube came before I met my ex, because I was subbed to Duncan while I was with my ex. I'd just been subbed for like 2 months, I think, when we broke up, so anywho, I was subbed to Duncan for a long time, and then I subbed to Tyler and got in his server and got involved in that. And in the meantime, as I'm going through all of that span of time, I'm starting to see Dan, Chase, Tyler, Duncan, everybody, Jack, Mark, start talking about their own personal lives, their own personal issues through their lives while they streamed, did YouTube, that sort of thing. And I started seeing people in chat talk about it, and I started to see people in chat saying how grateful they were for everything that those guys had done, and being open about it and talking to them and all that. So I kind of started to get inspired by it. I thought, maybe I could try that. I don't do face cam because I'm anxiety, I don't like the way I look, I won't do a face cam, that sort of thing. Maybe it's just voice and talking to people to try and, you know, just help people so they don't go through the same stuff I did. Because I know being down and all that and being alone is the worst feeling in the world. So having people that you can count on and people that understand you and can talk to you and all that is really, really good. So I thought, okay, that's what I'll do. It's never been a financial thing for me. Like, yeah, the extra income would be nice, but my goal has always been to help people. If I get extra income from it, cool. That's why I've always been, well, I don't want to do the Patreon, and I don't want to launch. I was against launching merch for a long time, and when I get to affiliate, when people sub to me, it still bothers me. It's like, I can't believe people are paying for me to do this stuff. So, but anyways, that takes us to the pre-Weather Gamer era. So, time for a camera change. There we go. Now we're entering the beginnings of the Weather Gamer. So how did this all come to be? Well, I thought, okay, I'll try and give... My brother started streaming himself. He doesn't anymore, but he started streaming himself, so I started asking him, okay, what's it take to do this? What goes into this and that, and how do I do this, and what software do I need, and how do I hook up games? And I started looking into stuff and asking questions of Duncan and bigger people, and they started doing videos themselves on it, so I was like, okay, now I'm starting to get a feel for this. I think I'm going to try to get into competitive Pokemon, because I've always loved Pokemon. That might be a good place to start. I'll start in competitive Pokemon, then I will, from there, branch out and learn how to do this thing, and then I'll sorry, somebody just messaged me on Discord. I was trying to see what they wanted. I should just ignore Discord while I'm recording. That gets me in trouble so many times. Anywho, so I was like, okay, we'll start there, and then we'll branch out, because I don't want to be labeled a PokeTuber. I've been very adamant that I don't want to be labeled a PokeTuber. I want to be a gaming channel that does Pokemon, but not have that be the sole focus. Now, granted, 80% of my videos are Pokemon related, so I guess I am a PokeTuber. But I'm working on diversifying that. We'll talk about that in update videos and that. You'll see that. I'm trying to still do Pokemon, but also throw in enough mixture that I'm not like a PokeTuber. I am a YouTuber, a gaming channel, that sort of thing. But anywho, so now we come to Deathly I Am, Tyler. He's going to host a draft league. So I was like, okay, this is like Dan I'd been watching Dan playing the AABL. I was like, okay, this is a good opportunity for me to jump into draft league and start this, because it's random type, or it's random. So what ended up happening in the DSL, we drafted our teams. Our teams got randomized. I got another team's draft. Another person got my draft. Then each week, the 6 spawns out of the 11 we would bring, random. We didn't get to pick our 6. We didn't get to pick our moves. The only thing was, when they made the teams, the movesets had to be viable. That was it. We got to pick our item, our ability, and our EV spread. It was crazy. But I said, okay, I'm going to start recording for YouTube, and I'll get into streaming through the DSL. That'll be the first videos that start to go up on my channel and all that. Well, my computer wasn't built, I didn't have all the parts in, I didn't have everything ready to roll, so the DSL passed by. And I ended up not starting with the DSL like I'd intended to. I started with something else. But through the DSL, and this is where the there's eras to the Weather Gamer. This is the beginning era. In that, I met Luca, who's going by Griffin at the time. I originally had my logo, and I don't even know if I can find it anymore, because I don't think we're friends on here. There is... I'll go... where is it? Oh, I know where it is. Leagues. Leagues. Pokemon. Desktop. Go to desktop. Go to Pokemon. Draft League. Previous teams. Find the DSL. Bring it over here. So yeah, there's the first ever Draft League team I ever drafted. That's not the Chicago Charizards logo that everyone knows and loves. That was the original logo that I had commissioned by Daphne. I can't think of her name. I can't think of any of that was the logo I had commissioned. I wasn't super thrilled by it. I had seen Luca make the Championship Cup and make a couple of other logos for some people in the server, and I was like, ooh, that's actually more along the lines of what I want for a logo. Our literally, Luke and I started talking because I said Klefki is a good fairy, because he was asking for a fairy type. I had no idea that Klefki was a good fairy. I just thought Klefki looked like a good fairy. And then he asked or mentioned something in the server about in case of sniping, Zebstrika would be an amazing fast electric, and like a Rock Day would be great too. Hopefully you don't get sniped. Just trying to offer some advice. And then I sent a message to him because he posted something on Twitter that made me think, okay, this person needs a friend or a stranger to talk to. And so I just explained how I understood what he was going through, and just talked and said, don't doubt your skills. Would you... we were saying we love the logo for DSL because he was feeling like the logo wasn't good. Hang on, I gotta pause. Ah yes, the meme of my parents calling me while I record and stream continues. Anywho, so I just reached out to Luca and I said, look, like, you're a great guy, don't give up. And I gave him my life quote, which is a Walt Disney quote, which can be seen at the end of Meet the Robinsons. If I ever see the end of Meet the Robinsons, I usually tear up. I don't know why, because it did that quote in the song and all that, but it's around here, however, we don't look backwards for very long. We keep moving forward, opening new doors, doing new things, because we're curious, and curiosity keeps leading us down new paths. And that's kind of like when I started doing the YouTube and Twitch and that's when that really flipped for me. It was like, yeah, I've got baggage in the past, but you know what? We keep moving forward. No matter how hard it is, you keep moving forward. You keep looking for new opportunities. You keep pushing, because if you just let it tear you down, then you're not happy. And that was basically what sparked our friendship. Because I mentioned wanting a Zeraora that he had drawn on stream as something I could hang in my office or something in the future. And just kind of that. And I even mentioned I love Daphne's work and absolutely was going to ask her to do more, but then I saw your work and was blown back. It's the type of art that I would love to use and try as I try to follow in your brave steps and put myself out as a streamer. I mentioned I need a banner, I need logo, emotes, and so much more if you would love to do it. And, like, that's where we became friends, and so we started doing that. And then so I started putting things into motion. My computer parts came in, my brother and I started putting the computer together. I commissioned Luca, I started I built a Discord server. I started talking to Luca about, hey, can we do art? Can we do this, that, this, and that? Made the Discord server. The Discord server officially came into being on the 27th of May in 2018. That is the beginning of sorry, someone messed with the settings on general chat in the server. But yeah, the server was born in May of end of May of 20. I'm gonna time jump all the way up here and pull this over, so sorry people that are messaging me and all the servers, you're gonna get noticed, but Luca was the first one to join the server. My brother joined, Penguin, Jins, I hope you're doing well, Manish, like, these were the first group of people. After the computer and Streamlabs is done, the next project will be Emos to play with. That was on the 9th of June, so I was still putting the computer together, still commissioning everything. Jump to the present. There we go. So jump that back. So that's where that came to be. And then Luke and I were just talking back and forth, and I'm scrolling right now to find God. I got really overwhelmed. The 1st of June, I said, hey, could I commission you for some channel art? And he's like, what did you have in mind? And I literally went, I don't know. I am so overwhelmed trying to figure this out. Everything I need for streaming and that. And so he's like, well, let's do a starting soon and a be right back screen. Those would be the first two things. He started asking, what are you going to be streaming? And I said, all sorts of video games. Mainly Pokemon and Nintendo stuff, but I want to try and get into Fortnite. Oh my god, I can't believe I tried to get into Fortnite. Gmod, I still need to get that going. Other games. Playing on streams when there's really cool weather to talk about. And so then Luca was like, maybe the screens can be weather-themed. And I was like, yeah, and one idea I had, but didn't know where I wanted to use it, involved Castform. I figured it would be a good channel mascot since it's the weather Pokemon. And so we started talking back and forth, and that's when we discovered there's no Sandform for Castform either. But through that talking, I didn't have the Weather Gamer wasn't the name. The Weather Gamer actually wasn't the name to begin with. I had no name when I started this. I wasn't sure if I was going to be the Weather Gamer. I wasn't sure if I was going to be the I don't even remember. I don't know what the original name. For the life of me, I've been the Weather Gamer for so long. I don't remember what the original name was going to be for the channel. And Lucas just said, well, why not Weather Gamer? And I was like, you are absolutely right. That's perfect. I'm a meteorologist. I graduated with that degree. I studied meteorology. I love weather. I love playing video games. So why not be the Weather Gamer? And so now I'm going to transition the camera again. Yeah, we'll go with that because it's still aged a little bit, so we'll go with that. Because this is the next era of the Weather Gamer. We've gotten to the concept and creation, now it's the going. So then we started talking, okay, I need a basic layout, something that I can use for Pokemon and like streaming when I do Let's Plays and recording Let's Plays. I need a logo, I need a what all did I originally commission? Oh god, the original Weather Gamer logo. I found it. I found my terrible, terrible sketch of the original Weather Gamer logo. It was a cloud with WG in lightning, cast form below it, and then rain, snow, and sun forms with it raining, snowing, and sunny background. This was the original. This is why I don't do art. This is why I leave it to Luca. That was the original drawing that I made of the logo. It was so bad. It was so bad. We ended up talking quite a bit about a bunch of stuff. He and I played our match in DSL. Just continued to become friends. At that point, I penguined a bunch of other people, but the server was growing, all that. We talked about the conversion rate, and I'm sorry, Luca, I'm showing your dead name. This name doesn't apply to him at all anymore, but there's the first run of stuff to WG. Here's the commission list. I deleted the commission list. So, but it was the profile pic, a channel banner, the profile, the banner, the Be Right Back, the startup screen, the first layout, and the first layout, Luigi's Mansion layout, and the Chicago Beartix logo, because I wanted a new Draft League logo commissioned. That was the 7 things I ordered to start with. So on the 16th of June, the logo was created. We had the Weather Gamer logo. I've used this logo the entire time that I have streamed and all that. I love it. I wanted it kind of to look like lightning letters, and Luca said that's really difficult. Let me try showing you something. So we made these kind of bubbly letters, and I love it. I'm still trying to get a set of just like these letters from Luca that I can use in thumbnails and stuff. I think these look so sick. But yeah, the original logo that I've kept this entire time. I don't plan to update it anytime soon. I am working. Luca is unfortunately not available, but I am working with Jaden to turn this into like a 16-bit for retro reactivated. But yeah, the 16th of June 2018, the logo was created. Later that day, this is now the updated banner, and this was originally what that cloud with the rays, that's what this became. You can clearly see Luca's got the talent here, I don't. We put standard cast form with the lightning handkerchief over the Weather Gamer logo, and then the 4, Luca actually made a sand form. He just straight up freehand made a sand form. Perfect. But that is the channel banner on Twitch, and eventually I'll get it on YouTube because YouTube is being stupid about it. So that was the 16th of June 2018 as well. And then I had the computer up and running at that point. There is the first picture of the entire thing up and running. That Torterra has not moved in 2 years. That's really funny that Torterra has not moved in 2 years. That was back when I still had the shelf. I got rid of that shelf because I kept breaking it. Before I had my light over here, my original mic, that thing was so bad. But then on the 17th, this was the original layout, Last Shiny Hunt, because Luca thought I'd shiny hunt, and I don't have the patience to shiny hunt. So that was originally there, and I said, can we just remove the shiny hunt? Oh, and that layout, the background of it, what was that? Because I get asked that a lot. What is it? It's a radar, weather radar image. It's actually a logo for a company for the radar that I use on my computer. Maybe. Actually, can you guys see it? Yeah, so it's the logo that's right here for my radar, but this is their actual logo. It's a very significant tornado case from Oklahoma in 1998, I believe, was that one. And so that's where the layout background came from. The standard Pokemon one that I use. It's that weather radar, weather gamer background. So that was the 17th that I got that from him. The same day we got the offline screen. Back when I actually had a Weather Gamer Twitter, I just changed it. I think it's changed back to me. No, it is still at the Weather Gamer. Okay. I thought I had changed that. I don't run by the Weather Gamer on there anymore, but the offline screen for when I'm not streaming, the YouTube channel, the Twitch channel, and the Twitter. I should update this at some point and just say, hey, Griffin, can we take the Twitter off and put something else on there? I don't know. That's for another time, but this is also the outro screen now, and like, it was really cool because that was the whole idea, was I'm offline because I went to go storm chase, that sort of thing. So that's why it's the tornado, and this was just so cool. I really honestly thought this was great. I thought all the original work was amazing. And then my first getting it set up, that was the 17th as well. As soon as I got that, I had this all set up, ready to go for me to start recording in that. I got the Elgato figured out, all this and that. Really, really cool. To finally have that up and running. The original test of it was cool. Figuring out how to get the Game Boy hooked in was really cool. Dangerous weather approaching for when we're starting. Heads up, because Weather Gamer, I bring dangerous weather. So that was created on the 19th, is when Luca finally sent it to me. Be right back. Trying to get superpowers from lightning. That came into effect in the 19th as well. Be right back trying to get superpowers from lightning. The story behind that is when I was younger and I'd get depressed in that, I'd sit out in the rain. I thought, if I got struck by lightning and got superpowers, then I'd be cool and all that, even though that's not how it works. But like, if I have to get up to use the bathroom or something, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go try and get struck by lightning or something. I thought it was funny, okay? Sue me. Now, here's something I don't think anyone has ever seen besides Luca and me. This was the concept art for the Beartix logo, which I ended up getting on the 19th as well. We had 3 different concepts. We had the one that actually came out, we added Chicago Beartix to it. We had one in Beartix colors, which I still think that was pretty clean too. And then we had one with Beartix being the Bears colors, and played on that. I really didn't like this one. This one was really tempting, but ultimately we ended up settling on this one and the Chicago skyline and all that. Why Chicago Beartix? Why are all my teams named Chicago? Because I love the city of Chicago. I grew up a Bears fan. My grandparents live in Chicago. That city just has a special place to me, so I always wanted to be a Chicago Bears and Chicago Beartix fan and all that. So I'm going to change this now because that was it. That was the initial... Is there another one that I can go to? Whoa, that's a weird That's a weird camera. Let's back to the black and white. That's too bright. Yep, okay. So we'll go back to the original. Because now we're kind of past the beginning. We're into the modern era. And I don't have any more filters, so... But yeah. The original Stream Deck startup thing. Yeah, that was bad. But yeah, so then the first stream I took, okay, so then DSL finished. I made playoffs. I got knocked out of playoffs off of a off of paralysis. That was my first instance of hacks. I lost because I got paralyzed. Had I not gotten paralyzed, I would have won, moved into semis. My first ever league, I would have made semis. So then I took over IPA, which was a league run by SV Torn, and started getting into that, met people there, brought in coaches, or had some of their coaches join the Discord server, and started to get it off the ground. That original team had Zygarde on it, and I dropped Zygarde like a madman that I am. But we got through that, and then my first stream, I think my first stream was, I don't have it off the top of my head, and I wasn't recording streaming at the time. I think my first stream was like the 21st or 22nd of June, something like that. I think that was the first time I streamed, just to introduce myself and be like, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is that sort of thing. It was a 3-hour stream, it kept buffering and all that because I was streaming from my parents' house with terrible internet, and then I decided, well, I'll transfer back and forth and all that, and then I started commissioning layouts on less than a month into this. The 1st of July, I started commissioning more layouts for that. But before I do that, we gotta get into the videos. The first ever video I published was on July 29th of 2018. Not my most viewed video, but it did get 33 views to this day. The first video was July 29th, then August 5th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 13th. Wasn't 2 a day, but I was pretty consistent. But it was WWC, and Tyler and I eventually played. Definitely I Am, and that's where I played a professional battler came from. The only DSL video to actually be up on here. I joined the GPC. That didn't last very long. Kept doing WWC. The first ever update video in September. WWC continued to go. I got into LMC, which was the little cup that we're partnered with. That was original. That sort of thing. LMC. Joined FWL, which was a league that was really, really poorly run. WWC Raps. FWL keeps going. But we'll come back to this. So the first of July, I paid for 3 more layouts. I paid for the Luigi's Mansion layout, a Super Smash Bros. Layout, and a Mario layout, all of which you have seen. Less than a day later, I had the Luigi's Mansion layout. So this thing has been active since the 2nd of July of 2018. Luke and I continue to chat. I'm looking for... We added Nightbot and started adding Nightbot commands. Luke and I just, like, absolutely... There's some good conversations here with Luca and I. The emote got commissioned before the other layouts. So officially, the Weather Gamer family or Weather Gamer love emote, this guy, this guy has been in effect since the 5th of July, 2018. 5th of July, 2018 on that guy. Luke and I keep going. This guy, Weather Gamer Family, 9th of July, came into effect. I'm literally scrolling through every message Luke and I have ever made. First ever draft stream happened. Like the first ever draft stream started the end of July. I think I literally played the draft stream and then, or did the draft stream and then immediately went and battled Savage. Which he was my first ever league opponent. Haha. 6th of August 2018. Almost over 2 years ago. Or no, almost a year and a half ago. We got the Mario layout, which was great. And then just keep scrolling. What do? We scroll. The 10th, this is what I got. The 10th of October 2018, the Charizards were being commissioned. This was the original sketch for the Charizards, which I immediately approved of and said, yes, let's do it. Luca was streaming back then. The 20th of October 2018, Chicago Charizards were born. I love that logo too. Corviknight logo is by far my favorite of the three, but Charizard's is a very close second, and then Beartix. And I think it's just because the Beartix logo is the oldest logo, that it's my third favorite. But anyway, so then things were kind of quiet. After that, like I joined FDL, APA I joined after. Funny story with APA. I didn't realize that Panther is the Panther that runs APA. I thought this was just some like low-run copy league that borrowed APA stuff. No, it turns out it's the actual APA. I acted so stupid when I started in APA, but we had APA. I ended up dropping out of LMC. I did APA. Actually, LMC kind of just fell apart. I posted an update video on my birthday. Didn't even realize I'd done that. But APA I started in PCF. I joined PCF, met Shadow, Rise, Jake, so many other really cool people there. Just started playing Smash, and this is where things started getting really active for me. December 15th of 2018. I went on vacation, but all these videos were recorded and started being put up. This is where I went to one video a day every day. You guys, well, actually I started having two. I think this Christmas was when I started doing two. God, let's go Pikachu and Eevee. But it started with Ultimate, Mario Party, and Smash, I believe. Yeah, Mario Party Episode 1 started on New Year's. This is when I started going 2 a day, every day. It was the beginning of 2019. And I tried to keep that up and running 2 a day, every day. The Pikachu, Smash, World of Light, Mario Party, APA. When I got back, my computer crashed literally the day I got back, and so I was down a couple weeks trying to get my computer back up. We fired off WWC right away. Basically, when I got back, this video right here, the update video, I'm back, an update. That's when I started really putting the effort into things, because the Discord server had started to die. Oh yeah, the second. Because we rushed this into production right away too. have it ready by the time Ultimate came out, so I could start using this. Link, Luigi, Captain Falcon, Kirby, and Pokemon Trainer, mainly Charizard. The Kirby one should come out now, but Richter should replace. There's a lot of changes that need to be made to this layout if I decide to update it, but that was December 2nd of 2018. That one came up and running. But yeah, coming out of my Christmas break, I was ready to start actually putting the work in for this, and so we started going 2-a-days. We started doing getting the Discord server back up and running, because at that point I think the server had maybe 20 people in it and had been kind of a ghost town where nobody had talked and all that, and it was like, I don't know, this is where I either get this going or it fails miserably. And luckily it's turned out to where it is now, and it's been going very, very strong since we rebirthed it the 13th of January 2019. Snipe emote comes into commission. That's the original sketch, and that same day Luca cranked it out, same day, and we ended up with this thing to finish off. My brother's walking past and he just flashed me. He lifted his shirt up and flashed me. Gotta love your idiot brothers. But yeah, I continued to grow from here. Started doing monthly update videos. Started doing Pokemon Let's Plays, and kind of the format that you've seen for the last several months of League videos, Let's Plays, Retro Reactivated in that. I'm not counting Retro Reactivated as being birthed. Like, the concept for Retro Reactivated started in November of 2019, but didn't actually become a thing. It won't become a thing until next year. Oh, yes. The 17th of January. The Battle League layout. This was where that original commission started. And literally a day later, or not a day, literally hours later, here we are. The Battle League layout that I've been using. It rains in the background. I love it. Got all the positions I need for everything. It's a classic that I've been using forever. I actually don't need Twitch open right now. There's not really much to talk about Twitch because I didn't Twitch stream for a long time because of internet and all that. But then things were kind of quiet for Luca and I for a while. Luca had left the server. There were just some issues in the server, and we finally got those handled, and Luca came back, and that was part of that server becoming more active. And then on 420 of 19, yes, I know 420 blaze it. 420 of 19, I commissioned 6 emotes. 6 more emotes came into commission. The Hello There, the Don't Fuckle with a Shuckle, the Always Watching Watchman one, the Waluigi Wah, the Murder Crow Angry emote, and the Hacks emote were all commissioned at the same time. The next day, Don't Fuckle with a Shuckle, which was a saying that I just picked up from somewhere. I don't know where it was. Same day, or the next day, Hacks emote came into play. We talked about how to get the General Kenobi one, because Star Wars, well, hello there, General Kenobi. That came into play. We started talking about the redoing the WWC logo, here you go. Here's an idea of what the WWC logo was potentially going to be. and we scrapped this immediately. Did not look good. We still haven't come up with a good thing. The 15th of May, there's the beginning concept art for Murdercrow, which, if you don't know the story of Murdercrow, my first streaming series was XD Gale of Darkness, which I'm currently playing for YouTube, and a Murdercrow ran my Nuzlocke and just destroyed it. So, yeah, that was the Murdercrow. It was so bad. So bad. I'm looking through here trying to find when the rest of the emotes came into play and started being up and running. Okay. Gotta keep going. The 9th of June, almost a year after I had started this, the emotes were taking shape to being finished. And later that day, I got all 3 of them from Luca. It was perfect. We finished them, and yeah, got the emotes. Since then, like, catching up on the YouTube timeline, I met Thriller back in May. Our first ever match was somewhere around here. I don't know where it went. It was an APA. Right there. Thriller and I, the first time we ever played was back in March in APA Season 2. That's when I met him. I forgot that I had joined into NCL before I actually, I did their monotype random tourney, and I think Jed was the one, Bionic Soup was the one that got me into it. But I got into that. We started playing Uno. I thought I need to bring that back because I thought the Uno was really fun and cool. Jake and my first battle. No, second battle, because that was in WWC. Our second ever battle. But the Uno was fun. Continued doing APA. Yeah. PCF again. More Uno. Got into AABL, which was really cool. I'm going to try and get into AABL again. Started playing Scribble. Just, you can see the development of the channel as things continue to grow. My one video on TTM before I dropped. Cards Against Humanity starting. Just... Coliseum started all the way back in June already. That's amazing how long it was. But yeah, there really wasn't much that has changed other than the fact that I started... Oh yeah, the original... This was the original Sword and Shield layout. I didn't like the starter heads there, so we ended up changing that. We ended up making the Pokeballs or something like that. Whatever it is currently, but... yeah, I continued to grow. I continued to... The Corviknight logo came into commission on, I believe, the... When did the Corviknights come into commission? I think it was Halloween, almost. I did a video on that already of when it came into commission. God, I dressed up as Luigi for Halloween. When did the Corviknights officially come into play? I think it might have been the 2nd of November? 1st of November. 1st of November, the day before I started going back to work again. It came into commission. The Sword and Shield layout came into commission the same day, actually. Really, really cool. That those two are hand in hand, kind of. And then, yeah, we're kind of caught up to where we are. We really have caught up to where we are now. I have way more than 400 videos. I don't know why it's saying that we started playing Galaxy, and you know, I had my knee surgery and there was a bit of a hiccup there, but end of the year Twitch, I ended up picking up affiliate, and I mean, this is where we're at in a year and let's just say 6 months. A year and 6 months I've been at this, and I'm Twitch affiliate. I have a server of server settings, members, a server of 118 people. I have 74 subscribers on YouTube. Never when I started this did I think I would get here. I never did. I really didn't think I'd get here. But here it is. So I know this was an incredibly long video, almost an hour-long video, but it gives people an idea of kind of the evolution of where things came from. And now, when people ask me, well, where did this come from? Where did that come from? I'm going to say, go watch the video. Just go watch the video. That'll tell you where all the emotes and everything and how long the stuff has been active. It'll tell you right there. So I couldn't be here without you guys. I couldn't be here without the Watchmen, the Enforcers, the entire Weather Gamer family. I forgot to even talk about the Weather Gamer Network, which formed in summer of this last year. Jet, Hydra, Eon, Giran just coming and forming a group of the Summer Showdown, Jackson, Sunset Showdown. I always call them Summer Showdown for some reason. Sunset Showdown. And that league just continuing to grow and all that. So it's been a fun ride. It's been an amazing ride. It's not over yet. We have a very, very bright future ahead, I hope. And I can't wait to keep going. I'm learning how to do, you can see my thumbnail game has slightly stepped up a little bit. I don't know if they're better or worse, but they're at least there. And we're trying. We're going to keep doing stuff, keep having fun, and I can't wait to see where we are at the end of 2020. So, thank you guys for watching History of the Weather Gamer. I'll see you guys next time.